Alright fellas, welcome back. Today we're going to do a video on every defensive adjustment in Madden football and in Madden 25. It's a little different this year. It's not quite as intuitive in terms of individual adjustments. So I figured I'd kind of address that a little bit. But essentially it's similar to any other Madden year, Madden 24, whatever. Defensive adjustments are key, right? They're extremely important if you want to take your game to the next level. So we're going to cover them here in this video, and then I'm going to do a follow-up video on how to adjust like the pros. Okay? So the first thing we need to do is whatever formation that you decide you want to come out in, you just click in the right stick, and these bring up your coaching adjustments. So you can decide whether to do auto flip on or off. We're going to leave it on. Auto alignment to default or base. We're gonna go to base. You can also do man align. So if you're playing a man heavy defensive scheme, you're gonna want to probably do man alignment. But base alignment is what I prefer. You can just leave it at default. Quarterback matchups, I would not mess with these this year. Balanced is just fine. You can do it by overall, by speed, by height, by route running, and by the depth chart. I just keep it balanced. Option defense, you always want this to conservative. You can go aggressive, but trust me on this, just keep it on conservative. Strip ball, you can do balanced, conservative, or aggressive. I keep it at balanced. And tackling, you can go conservative, aggressive, or balanced. Sometimes people will do conservative for option and aggressive for tackling. I just keep it balanced. And then your zone drops, we're not going to talk about these today because that's an entire very long-winded video. However, if you want to turn match off, just set your hooks to 5 or 10 if that's what you prefer, and that will turn match off. So we're going to come out, we're just going to come out and dime. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about are global adjustments. So you click R1 is all you have to do. And you can see we have the options to spread our defense, pinch our defense, shift left or shift right. And that's with the left stick. With the right stick, we have guess play. We can guess pass, we can guess run up the middle, we can guess run left, or we can guess run right. So if you know it's going to be a pass, then you guess pass. If you're very confident it's going to be a run, then you're going to want to guess one of the run options, right? It's not something that I use very often at all. But what we're really looking at here is the most used ones are pinch, down on the left stick. Look what that does to your defense. It presses your defensive backs and it pinches the rest of your defense. It's a really, really often used adjustment, okay? And then quarterback contain, which is R1. Those are the two most common ones. And you see what that contain does. We'll reset the play and then we'll do R1, R1, and you can see that it does a contain, right? Those are the two most useful ones, pinching and contain, okay?
15.
So that's what it looks like, right? Guess play or shift defense. So if you shift left, it shifts your whole defense. If you shift right, it shifts your whole defense to the right. If you spread, it spreads your defense. And if you pinch, it pinches your defense. Just like that, right? So those are basically your global adjustments.
Hey, Sunday.
Now we're going to talk, go ahead and reset the play. We're going to talk about defensive line adjustments. To adjust your defensive line, you go left on the D-pad, okay? And you'll notice you can shift your D-line left, you can shift your D-line right, all with the left stick. You can spread your defensive line and you can pinch your defensive line. Pinching is the most common. You'll notice that when we just have a standard defensive line, okay, there are some holes for runs, but if you pinch that defensive line, it makes it much harder to run up the middle, okay? So that's one of the most commonly used defensive line adjustments, okay? And then you can actually, if you go left on the D-pad again, point of attack. You can slant inside, that's basically crashing down, is what they call it, right? It's what we always call it in videos, crash your line down multiple times. You know, you can crash outside by going up on the right stick, You can crash left by going left on the right stick, and you can crash right by going right on the right stick. And those are your main defensive line adjustments, global adjustments, okay? For linebackers, instead of going left on the D-pad, we go right on the D-pad. So right on the D-pad brings up all of our linebacker adjustments, and it's the exact same. You can spread by going up on the left stick, and if we had 3 linebackers out there, it would spread those linebackers out. You can pinch by going down on the left stick, and it would pinch all of your linebackers in close. And you can do the same thing by shifting left or shifting right, by either going left or right on the left stick, right?
Attack, attack!
So now we go to linebacker adjustments. You can zone all, blitz one linebacker, your left outside linebacker, or your right outside linebacker, all with the right stick. So to zone all, up on the right stick. To blitz all, down on the right stick. You notice our linebacker is now blitzing, right? And if we had right or left outside linebackers, we would just go left on the right stick or right on the right stick to blitz one of them. And those are your basic global adjustments for defensive line and linebackers. Now let's go to coverage. Press triangle. And you'll notice these are our global adjustments. We can give cushion by going up on the left stick. Notice it backs basically our secondary up. And that's for long yardage situations. Say it's like 3rd and 24, right? Or you can press by going down on the left stick. Triangle down on the left stick. And what that does is it presses your defensive backs, okay? Also, you can press triangle and you can press R1 to show blitz. And notice what that does is it brings our safeties down toward the box, right? And now we're going to go over the coverage adjustments, okay? You press triangle, and if you'll notice, we're in cloud flats, right? Or quarter flats in this case. If you press triangle and down on the right stick, you're now shading underneath. It turns your cloud flats or your seams into hard flats, okay? Conversely, if you press triangle up on the right stick, that turns those hard flats into cloud flats. You're shading over top. Something that a lot of people don't know is that you can actually do 2 different shadings. You can shade over the top or underneath, and you can shade inside or outside. So to shade inside, you just press triangle and left on the right stick. And now you're shading to the inside. Conversely, you press triangle and right on the right stick, and now you're shading outside. So in this case, we have cloud flats and we've shaded outside. So if there is a cornerback, a corner route coming from this guy, this cloud flat by shading outside is going to play that better, okay? So those are your global coverage adjustments, and they are the most often used. To put some of these together, we press triangle and show blitz. I'm going to reset the play. We press triangle and show blitz, and then we press triangle and shade to the outside, and triangle and shade over top. And so now we've got curl flats out there, and we're shading to the outside. We've brought our safeties down in the box, and now let's pinch by pressing R1 down on the left stick. And that's our standard defensive setup. And again, you can't do basically pinch and show blitz, right? You have to decide on one of those. So that's essentially all of the global adjustments that you can make, okay? Let's say we want to contain in this, R1, R1, and now we've contained, right? That's kind of how you put these together. Let's say that we want to do hard flats. So we press triangle and down on the right stick. And now we have hard flats, we have contains, and we basically have our entire defense set up, right, with global adjustments. So now let's get into the fun stuff, individual adjustments. So let's reset the play.
Hey, 15, 15, 15. Hey, 57, 57.
So let's say that we want to put one of our linemen on a coverage adjustment. We're going to go left on the D-pad twice, okay? You see we have 4 linemen, and we're going to press square. And for zones, we have seam flat vertical hook, curl flat, or hard flat. If we want to put our defensive end in a hard flat, we just go left on the left stick. And now he's in a hard flat, and we have a Mabel on that left side. And if we go twice left on the D-pad again, and we press circle, now we can put him on a hard flat as well, or a vertical hook. Let's go down on the left stick for this one. And now he's in a vertical hook. So we've got a Mabel on the left side, a cover 4 shell, and we've got a vertical hook over here. And we're rushing 2, sadly. And let's say that we want to spy the quarterback. So we go left on the D-pad twice, triangle, and now we go right on the left stick. And that puts him into a spy. This guy right here is in a quarterback spy. And if we go twice on the D-pad and we select Oliver, we have some other options. Bluff blitz, blitz, man coverage, right? So if we want to do any of those, we just use the right stick to do that, right? Let's talk about linebackers now. So linebackers is the exact same process as with defensive line, except that we're going right on the D-pad twice. Okay, and then we select any one of our linebackers that we want to adjust. In this case, it's Milano. And we can put him on a hook curl, a curl flat, a middle read, or a middle third. Middle third is up on the left stick. And now we have him in a middle third. Conversely, twice right on the D-pad, square for Milano, and down on the left stick, and now he's in a middle read, right? Twice right on the D-pad, Milano, square, and let's say we want to blitz him, down on the right stick, and now he's blitzing. See? That's how you do individual adjustments. And now we're going to get into how to do man coverage, okay? But first we're going to talk about the secondary individual adjustments very briefly. To do this, we reset the play, we press triangle, triangle, and we can pick any one of our defensive backs. Notice we have 6 defensive backs here. So let's take X, and we have seam flat, curl flat, vertical hook, hard flat, blitz, bluff blitz, quarterback spy, or man coverage. Let's go ahead and blitz him. And now he's blitzing, although Madden is not showing it. We'll do it again, see if Madden wants to show it. There, he finally did it. We pinch, and you can see we've created a nice little blitz there, right? So that's a very simple adjustment. Let's talk about manning up, because that's going to be one of the most important things here. So if we reset the play, so we have our cover 4 set up here, okay? And let's say that we want to man up those 2 outside receivers. So we're going to go triangle, triangle, and let's go ahead and do triangle up on the right stick, and let's man him up on Hopkins by pressing square. So now he's manned up. Let's go ahead and go triangle, triangle, X up on the right stick, and press circle, and now he's manned up on Juju, right? So now we only have to worry about the tight end and the 2 running backs coming out, right? We got our cover 4 shell, 2 outside receivers manned up, pretty decent defense. If we press triangle and R1, now we're showing blitz, and we have our safeties down in the box, right? So pretty simple adjustments, right? That is the core of adjustments in Madden 25. Now I'm going to do a whole other video on breaking down how to actually do this in a game, but I will give you some examples here, okay? So we've reset the play, and let's say that we want to go ahead and do DB blitz, okay? So we've got an all-out cover 0 blitz, but let's say we want to change our coverage a little bit with this, okay? We want to keep things a little safer. So we're going to go triangle, triangle, square, and we're going to put him into an outside third, up on the left stick, okay? Let's go triangle, triangle, L1, and let's put him on an inside third by going left on the left stick, okay? And now let's go triangle, triangle, R1, and let's put him, let's go ahead and put him in a deep half by going up on the left stick, okay? So we've basically changed our coverage, and we have our all-out blitz. Everybody's covered. Our responsibility is the running back. We can pinch our line, pinch our entire defense. And, let's say that we're not comfortable. We'll go triangle, triangle, square, and let's go ahead and put him into a deep half by going right on the right stick. You'll notice that that deep half, triangle, triangle, square, the deep half is right on the right stick, okay? Triangle, triangle, R1, the deep half is up on the left stick. Madden 25 is not quite as intuitive as it was in 24. These sort of coverage adjustments, individual coverage adjustments, are kind of randomized. They're not in any normal order like they have been in years past, okay? So, triangle, triangle, R1, deep half, that's up on the left stick. We've set a cover 3 shell. We've got everybody else kind of manned up. And in this case, we might go ahead and just take this guy, triangle, triangle, circle, and we might put him into, let's go ahead and put him into a soft squat. Okay, so we've changed our coverage up, heavy blitz, we're relying on the heat, we're roaming the middle, and we're hoping that the heat gets in there before the routes can develop, right? And if we roam the middle, we might be able to intercept passes from him, or the tight end, right? So we've set up sort of a high risk, high reward type defense, but it's actually pretty safe because we have cover 3 shell back, right? So that's essentially Madden 25 defensive adjustments. Every defensive adjustment that you can make in Madden 25. You guys, I hope this video has been helpful for you. Be on the lookout for that next video because we're going to put all of these things into play. I'm going to help teach you guys how to adjust like the pros. As always, have a great day.